Hey, what's up guys? My name's XTAC and today is October 10th, 2021. In today's video, I wanted to talk about whether you should pull on Hutao's Rerun banner, as well as the Staff of Homa banner that will likely accompany her on November 3rd. I don't always do these types of videos, but being a Hutao main that has had her since her release, I figured my 2 cents might help you make a decision. So I don't want to drop too many factuals. I'm assuming you've done your research about what her kit is and how her abilities work. What I did want to talk about is my opinion of her as a character in terms of power level, her playability since I've had her and used her for all content released so far, and I want to talk about how she will stand going forward into the future of Genshin. Before we begin, I do want to say one of my favorite flavor design choices attached to Hutao is the fact that her pyro damage goes up when she's below 50% HP since she is the gatekeeper between life and death. Anyways, in terms of her power level, it is my opinion that Hutao is the best single target DPS and will be for a long time, and there are many reasons for this. For example, being a pyro character means she can reliably get 1.5 times damage on her attacks from melt and vape reactions. Now, one thing that people often say is, oh, Hutao isn't AoE though, compared to Ganyi or Xiao for example. Well, first of all, she kind of is. You can hit multiple enemies with your charged attack and your ult, but more importantly, even if there are multiple enemies, in order to AoE them, they have to be grouped, which isn't always the case. It's hard to say that being able to blow up a mob with 60 to 80k damage and then moving on to the next target is decisively worse than just doing AoE. To be fair though, Genshin has not had a lot of difficult content, but nonetheless I want to state that I've never had any trouble clearing content with her, unless this guy shows up. In terms of playability, a lot of people say that one of her downsides is that her Pyro buff E has a window during which she does pretty much no damage, and while this is true, I found that this cooldown window has kind of lent itself to some really fun team compositions centering around a second burst DPS to fill that time window up. You can play Hutao without a healer thanks to her burst, and all she really needs for support is Xingqiu, so you have 2 flex spots, and this team comp flexibility has led me to never really get bored of her. There's also some animation cancelling you can learn relatively quickly if you're into that type of high actions per minute gameplay. In terms of the future of Genshin, I think the fact that Hutao is still one of the best DPS in the game 7 months after release says a lot about how strong she is. I think Hutao is a great investment for all new players, and a good one for players who have already beat the game, so to speak, since you probably have enough DPSs already. If I had to attach a letter grade for how worth it would be to pull for her, I'd say she's a robust A+, if Zhongli and Venti are an S. Now, if you are on the wall about whether or not to get constellations or the Staff of Homa, here's my opinion. The C1 constellation is not worth a full 5-star character. Yes, you can spam your charge attack, but what I find myself doing is simply recharging stamina when I switch to my supports and rotating through their abilities. If you learn to jump cancel and don't dash back towards the enemy after charge attacking, you will be efficient enough. Let's say you get lucky-ish and pull her in 50 wishes or about 8,000 primogems. I still don't think that is worth the investment for such a small upgrade. As I said earlier, Hutao can fit in so many teams, and I personally would rather put those primos towards pulling some more interesting and powerful teammates for her. In terms of whether or not you should pull for the Staff of Homa, for the most part weapon banners are a scam, but the Staff of Homa is a bit less of a scam. The Staff of Homa is perfect for Hutao, but still best in slot for many other characters, so much so that I would definitely recommend 2 Staff of Homas over a C1 Staff of Homa. If the other 5-star weapon is something you need on the banner, then you should consider pulling for it. However, if you are a low budget spender or free to play, I think just using the Black Cliff pull is decent enough. Anyways, let me know what you guys think and whether or not you'll be rolling. Since I already have her, I'll be patiently waiting for news on Ito, who is supposed to be a Geo Claymore user, as well as Ye Miko, who has one of my favorite character models in the game so far. That's all from me. I'll see you in the next video.